How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Chris Eats Dinner while we do a commentary. No, I'm just joking.
Anybody want some noodles?
Are they noodles or are they maggots?
Oh shit.
Why is your penis a cobra?
No. Welcome to
it may
Miserable
not be Mr.
Commentary,
Cobra.
everybody. So today we are looking at a very special film, Trick or Treat, 1986. Trick or Treat.
Yes.
And the
Not
reason we are
R,
doing this today, besides
or.
the fact that it's awesome, is because it's a movie that has gone, besides like the inner horror circles, no one really talks about this film, and it's a damn shame because it is really good. And I think it just has to do with the fact that it never really got a widespread DVD release. I think it did in like foreign markets, Casey. Am I
Well,
recalling that
it
correctly?
got DVDs, but barely any. It did get an American DVD release, but they just put Ozzy and Gene Simmons on the cover, and you didn't know what kind of movie you were buying. But it was really early on in the life of DVDs. It never got a Blu-ray release. It's never been available legally on streaming. We're watching it on YouTube right now. Suggest you do the same thing. Because you can't get this movie. It's not available on anything, which is weird because it actually had a huge production company behind it. Dino De Laurentiis Productions did this movie.
They're big time.
It adds to its mystique, though. I think I'll argue.
Yeah, and honestly, like, this is one that I found out about like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, due to Jay from Sludge Central championing this movie quite extensively throughout his work. And I'm like, dude, Jay seems like a cool guy. I got to check this movie out. I checked it out. I immediately told all my friends they have to see it. That's how Zach saw it. And Chris, you're next in line. So we dragged you along into this as well. But I absolutely love this movie. I wish it got more of a release. It's a little weird. There's some weird story stuff going on that's a little but I think as a whole, I love this movie, and I really look forward to talking about it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it had some alternate titles, Ragman and Death at 33 RPM. It's weird, but it's mainly known as Trick or Treat, and I emphasize or because, as you recall, in 2007, Mr. Mike Dougherty released Trick or Treat, which became a huge cult hit phenomenon and buried this movie further,
Yeah.
and further
Trick or
down
Treat
into
is-
the ground.
Trick or Treat is definitely the Halloween movie.
For sure. But this movie did not deserve to get buried. Really, it's crazy that it feels like to me like this movie should at least be in the same realm as like 80s films like The Gate and that echelon, you know? Like, I see it and I don't understand why it didn't get more notoriety. You know, we have some big celebrity musician cameos here with Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons.
It disappointed a lot of people financially is the problem.
But a lot of horror movies are like that. The Monster Squad was a big box office failure, you know? Like, so I'm just
Yeah.
saying it deserved a second life. And we are watching the YouTube version today because really that's the only version that's available. Fortunately, it is a good copy. But if you are somewhere in the future watching a Blu-ray edition of Trick or Treat, please send us a copy.
Yes.
Actually, we will
even
probably
though
have it by then.
I'll probably be pre-ordering that shit. So, yeah.
But I hope that future exists. So let's get to it, gentlemen. Chris, do you want to count us in, sir?
Yes, I have the timestamp on YouTube set to 0:00, and we are
Yes.
going to press play on 3, 2, 1, play. Correct?
Yes.
This is what we are agreed to. All right, gentlemen, start your bunions. 3, 2, 1, play.
All right. So over the intro here, we hear kind of a satanic verse. Maybe this is Sammy making his deal. I think there was a lot of backstory shot that wasn't used in the film. There was definitely some weird shit that went on editing this movie. Because if you look back at some of the versions of this film and some of the promotional materials, there's scenes I've seen pictures of that aren't in the movie.
Yeah, it's weird. You just saw Ragman, like that is the title of the film, but that is not the official
Yeah.
title of the film.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was wondering if I should say something. I was like, guys, I'm watching Ragman.
It's the international title of the film, one of them, and Death at 33 RPM is as well. Both European releases of this. But yeah, I have a feeling this was pulled from that very limited Ragman Blu-ray release, which I'm not even sure was legal.
Okay, can we talk about Sammi
Curr.
Curr's nose?
Yeah.
It's majestic.
That's not the best angle.
Handsome man.
At least not
All right, I'm
most
just calling
flattering
out.
angle.
I'm calling out some cameos here. There is a G.I. Joe vehicle up there. We definitely do see a He-Man figure in here eventually.
Jason Schwartzman. Oh my god.
And it should be noted, this is the directorial debut of Charles Martin Smith, guys. He directed the first episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and then none of the others. He also went on to direct a line of family films. He directed Air Bud and the Dolphin Tale series, so what a career.
Dear Lord.
So we got Anthrax, Ozzy, Twisted Sister posters. All better bands than Fastway that ended up doing the soundtrack of this film. And I think part of the lack of success is not getting the metal world on board with this movie and having a kick-ass soundtrack. But this is before the time where you would really co-produce a soundtrack like that and have some kind of cool co-branding going on.
This is kind of I was going to say, this is kind of like a Back to the Future-esque sort of shot beginning where you have your opening credits over panning around a room and showing different stuff to sort of set up your character.
Yeah, Mark Price plays Ragman here, and I think he's known mainly
also known as Eddie.
Yes, known for the role of Skippy on Family Ties.
Yeah, pre Urkel, he was probably the most famous nerdy neighbor character in all of television. You got a Lizzie Borden sticker there. That's a little more obscure than some of the bands that he usually talks about in this film and likes in this film. But there's some pretty solid metal in here. There's a lot of blending of metal subgenres too. Anthrax and Sammi Curr wouldn't necessarily go together in real life. Thrash metal doesn't blend well with the kind of hair metal-esque performance that Sammi Curr has.
Okay, sorry, I have to have some qualms with this scene. First of all, who drinks milk like that? Second, if chocolate milk starts falling onto your shirt, you're gonna immediately be like, oh shit. You're not just gonna slowly be like, oh no.
Oh, and look at that. Something
I mean,
about
that's
Mary.
a good hair look. I think that's a good hairdo, honestly.
I'm 90% sure he jizzed in his hand before he did it, just like Something About Mary. We just didn't see that scene.
I gotta say, Casey and I do have a disagreement here because I absolutely love the Fastway soundtrack here. I don't care if it's not really metal. I think it fits Tony Field's performance as Sammi Curr perfectly. I don't think Judas Priest necessarily would fit what he does on stage, but I understand Casey's point as well.
Now, this is the famous scene from Carrie.
And if you're
We're
thinking,
gonna start throwing tampons at him any minute.
There's an awful lot of wet, shirtless dudes in this film, and some male nudity. And I think I just saw a little bit of sack there. There's a reason for that. A lot of the people involved in this were also involved in Elm Street 2.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, I just saw some sack. I felt that one.
Casey is on sack watch, apparently.
Casey, put that magnifying glass down.
Skippy should have put on a cock sock for this scene. Technical
this is
term,
when you just turn around and start helicopter dicking, just own it.
Exactly.
Helicopter dick.
He should be.
Chick, do a helicopter dick.
Sammi Curr would have done a helicopter dick. Okay, so yeah, you see, we've got quite a mixture of bands in the background. He also has some handcuffs just kind of hanging out, a bow and arrow. He's got some cool shit that never comes into play. So Chekhov's gun, not real in this movie. This actually does have
lighting and smoking effects in his room.
This has some pretty wonderful art direction in his room specifically. Feels like a real teenager room despite all the smoke. Maybe he was on some doob before that. I don't know. But your friend forever, Ragman. This isn't a fan letter. This is like kind of creepy. But at least he never actually gets to send it. But What's interesting is this movie kind of rushes you through the backstory of Sammi Currr right now, and there was clearly more filmed because we do see scenes of him in the hotel room.
He also has Garfield as a cat, if you guys didn't notice.
Yes, and we also... There was a bunch of stuff tying into Sammi Currr that didn't make the movie. Like, he had a demon mascot character that was supposed to be, like, his version of Iron Maiden's Eddie, or Alistair Fiend for Motley Crue, or Vic Rattlehead for Megadeth, or what's his name for Anthrax, the Knot guy. So, the demon that we see later on in this movie was actually Sammi Curr's mascot, and all those scenes got cut. Also, a scene got cut that was a dream sequence of Ragman being Conan the Barbarian, which is like, let's suck up to Dino De Laurentiis as much as
Sylvia.
possible.
Oh, Sylvia.
Let's see.
This reminds me of a time when you didn't find out things immediately on Twitter. So, like, if your rock star idol just died, you'd have to find out about it on TV in a very roundabout way as well.
And right now, I believe Ragman's wearing a Venom shirt, which is the most fucking metal thing that he could possibly do in this movie, especially compared to some of the other bands he listens to. Sammi Currr,
he looks like he's wearing goblin makeup.
That's just his face. It's just his face.
He looks like he might be like the Goblin King, David Bowie's like younger brother.
Yeah.
Who listens to metal.
Let's take this boring expository section to talk about Tony Fields a little bit, because Tony Fields was cast because no real metal dudes wanted to do this movie. So they got a solid gold dancer instead, but he wasn't just a solid gold dancer. A lot of people talk about that, and that is not a Venom shirt. Never mind. But okay, so a lot of people talk about the whole solid gold dancer thing. He's been in more important shit. He was one of the guys in the Beat It video.
You fucked that room up, Tommy.
Doing the knife fight.
He was in Thriller too.
Yeah, he was a zombie in the Thriller video, which is awesome. Oh, Judas Priest. Oh, God, how much better would this movie be with Rob Halford as fucking Sammi Currr? Oh.
I disagree, Casey. Tony Fields' performance is fantastic.
It's great. Tony Fields, unfortunately, no longer with us. I would love to see a sequel to this movie, but with him not in it, not so much.
I think his performance makes this movie.
This is like one thing that struck me, having just seen this movie like a few days ago, is that it's not a bad looking movie. Like, it looks,
no, not at all.
The cinematography is actually not bad. I realize right now we're at sort of a weird shot of a man's lips. But,
yeah, little interesting that you use this shot of Gene Simmons that literally makes my skin crawl every time I see it.
But the lighting is really good, like, for the most part, and we must be watching like an HD sort of conversion, scaled version of this.
Our friend Gene Simmons here says that he was offered the role of Sammy, but took this role instead.
Wearing a dope fucking hat, by the way.
Yeah, that hat is pretty fucking legit. I gotta admit. Sunglasses are pretty on point too.
And I'm not used to seeing Gene Simmons in a beard either, and he's kind of rocking it.
Oh yeah, no, you should have kept that up.
He's done it. Oh God, there was this movie he was in where he was a bad guy, and I'm blanking on the name, and the people listening will probably be screaming at it. That I'm pretty sure he had a beard in that, and they kill him by sticking a hand grenade in his mouth and pulling the pin, and his head explodes at the end of the movie, which was fucking tremendous. I really wish it was. So we see Eddie Ragman has this really, it's a normal relationship with this man, but the way that Gene Simmons keeps giving him fuck you eyes is a little creepy. Yeah. Look at his expression versus Ragman's. And he's just like, oh god, he's undressing me with his eyes again. I just wanted that rare album. But love this movie. I would say this is one of the few movies with a male protagonist slash victim that is successful. And usually that's not the case. That wasn't the case with Elm Street 2. I think it's more successful here. I did love Elm Street 2 though. But I gotta say, Shocker rips off a lot from this movie.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The Gate, which came out a year later, uses the reverse record thing that Trick or Treat does here, and but that movie,
but
a lot.
That was so big in life, though. That was a huge thing.
I gotta point out, in real life, I do not think he would give that record to him, because that record would be worth a shit ton of money.
No,
Yeah, no way.
A shit ton of money.
I called bullshit on that for sure. Yeah.
That's the last remaining record of one of the biggest
It's
rock
okay,
stars
kid.
in the
I've got
world.
the tape version. No one cares about that shit.
This could only net me like $1 bajillion. Go ahead.
And it's funny because he just dubs it onto cassettes anyway. So there's no reason for him to do it, but you can't backmask a cassette, so it would ruin the whole movie otherwise. But yeah, this is before eBay, guys. This is before eBay.
Yeah, it definitely feels pretty rare to have a horror movie with a male teenager who's into metal music as kind of your lead.
Which we got with The Gate, sort of. We definitely got it with The Gate too, because that character.
Oh, Roger.
Yeah, Gate 2. Gate 2 used the metal guy as the main lead, because Steven Dorff apparently was too busy doing something else.
My definite initial reaction for like the first 30 minutes of this movie is that we're about to watch a school shooting movie. Like all the pieces are in position for this kid to just start shooting up the school.
You are on point with that. I'm fortunately does not go that direction.
All the cliches are there.
No, I'm like, this is how school shootings happen.
You could easily rewrite this movie or re-edit this movie.
This kid
to be
is
a made-for-TV.
These are some heinous the bullies, man.
And he's rather angry and tortured about it.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
His girlfriend is way out of his league. I don't care if the motherfucker was on Family Ties. Come on.
You'd be
You
surprised.
gotta remember, Family Ties.
Oh, come on.
It depends
Top
on how...
3 sitcom at the time.
Dude, he's got a
one.
majestic mullet, man.
Listen,
that can woo anybody.
Hey, well, also, girls mature faster than guys. And it depends on how big the pool is for the school or the town. Because I remember growing up in a small town, you'd see some very attractive young ladies with just the most butt-fucking ugly guys.
We also gotta remember that she's nice to him after she sees his dick. So it must have been pretty solid hog on Skippy. This pool party, quite interesting.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, I'd never heard of a high school throwing a pool party, but I'm guessing this was
with the lights out.
It's very
adult
illegal.
supervision.
Okay, it's illegal. They're drinking here.
Yeah.
But he decided to show up in full clothes. He wonders why people pick on him. And a jacket.
He makes some questionable decisions, for sure.
Yeah, I like that haircut.
Just look at this and tell me he doesn't have a gun in his backpack right now.
I gotta say, though, I absolutely love that Skull and Crossbones t-shirt. I would buy it today and wear it proudly. And that girl had a gun in her hand, and it might have been a real one.
Oh, was it a water gun? I totally missed that.
It was a water gun, but, this was back when you were 100% allowed to make your toy guns look like real guns. They were a couple years away from kids getting brutally murdered over laser tag and having to change toy guns.
Dicks right now. That's why they're in the huddle.
That's why his shorts are so short. He can just kind of pop it out the leg.
We have Doug Savant here, who you might guys know from, if you watch Desperate Housewives, he had a pretty big role on that.
Or
Playing
you might know him
Felicity,
as the lesser
Coupland's
Billy
husband.
Zabka.
That's basically the role. Yeah.
And I'm not going to make the countless Aunt Becky jokes because Fright Rags live tweeted this a couple nights ago, and they made all of the Lori Loughlin jokes about this girl. So I'm not going to do it.
She does look a lot like Lori Loughlin. So much so that when you said that, I was like, wait, is that Lori Loughlin?
All I know is prison life is probably going to treat her just as badly as that videotape treated this girl. That audio cassette treated this girl. She's not going to be wearing those dangly earrings anymore. I'll tell you that much. Oh,
Zachary, what are you drinking?
Oh, water.
Oh shit!
it's
In a
pretty great
thermos.
It's a
that
nice bottle.
they put a weight in his backpack
Yeah,
and
this
didn't
is-
zip it back up.
This is
by
attempted
the way.
murder.
Yeah, I definitely thought the movie was about to go in a different direction here. Like, oh, he's gonna fucking die, and then Sammi Curr is gonna give him like ghost powers.
I'm just saying, after this, his actions and emotions are completely justified. They just literally tried to kill him. So, like,
Let's put it this way: that weight was 10 pounds, and they didn't even zip it back in his backpack. This girl saved his life because it was too heavy for him. It's cool that he has this girl that's nice to him.
He's not very appreciative though.
No, he's kind of a dick to her right here.
Yeah.
dude, I don't
But-
blame him for being. I don't blame him for being angry, man. I'd be pissed too.
but
Yeah, but
that's a little extreme though.
But the face he makes when he's angry is
Yeah,
hilarious.
he looks like a goblin from the Black Cauldron.
You know who he really looks like he looks like Matt Stone, like a lot. Like a lot.
South Park's Matt
creator.
Stone?
Yes.
I don't see it, but
If you
a little
remove the
bit.
hair.
If you gave him a Jufro,
Yeah.
is Matt Stone Jewish?
Oh,
Yeah, right. Yeah,
look at
duh.
this.
yeah.
Yeah, of course,
Yes.
Kyle.
He's Kyle.
Yeah. You know, this is one of the
Yeah.
rare, like, kind of bloodless 80s horror movies, but it works.
I feel like some of it was cut. Because there's a definite head explosion we get fucked out of. Like, we really get fucked out of a head explosion. And this had Kevin Yeager doing the
Yeah, I
effects.
was going to
the
say,
guy
Kevin
behind-
Yeager.
He's the guy behind Elm Street 2 did the effects on this, and he had some wonderful blood effects in this. I don't think he was trying to go bloodless. I don't know. I feel like there was a lot of meddling with this film in the editing process.
A lot of
I do
metal
know
ink.
that Dino De Laurentiis expected this to be a franchise starter, and it was not.
And this is what a total
Look at
normal
this.
Tuesday looks like at my house.
Fucking dream sequence is beautiful, and this is probably where he was going to have his Conan dream as well, which would have been amazing. There's photos of that.
Conan
so
O'Brien
it-
was going to show up in this?
Oh God, no. Let's see here. He's more appropriately dressed for the pool party now than he was at the pool party, which is interesting as well. God, I just love this classic 900-piece stereo system too. Oh, beautiful.
I feel like I had a similar setup to this, but it was like all VHS tapes.
Oh, here he goes. Here he goes. Yes, he's back
Paul
masking.
is dead. Oh my god.
Penis. We saw your penis and your scrotum. He's wearing an Anthrax shirt though. I can't hate that. I love Anthrax.
Gene Simmons is the disc jockey.
Oh,
He's putting that there on purpose, right?
yes.
Yeah,
this is when
he's planned this
He
like
knows what
extensively.
This is his plan for shooting up the school once again.
he's
could
he's
just
gonna
edit
turn
this
it
whole
into.
movie.
At this point, it wasn't ripping off Home Alone. At this point, he's ripping off Tom and Jerry. But you know.
Gotta say, Roger, unsung hero of this movie. Just like,
No, Roger fucks everything up. What are you talking about?
oh, come on, man. OG McLovin here.
He brought the fucking tape to the prom, dude.
Yeah,
No.
I like that shirt. I don't know what that's referencing, but it's a cool looking shirt.
It's a very famous piece of art where it's a skull made out of naked ladies.
Ragman's got some balls here, man. This is
There's
ballsy.
absolutely no way he would be allowed to wear that shirt to school. Because it really is a skull made out of naked ladies.
The attack of the tables. They had a table convention going on.
Oh, he's dead. That guy broke his neck and is crippled now.
Yeah, I want to know. That must have been a fun stunt to do.
Meanwhile,
He
the
didn't
janitor's
even hit
like,
any
"I
of the
gotta clean
fucking
this shit up."
stairs. Oh, that guy took a spill on the stairs, but they
I love
edited
his
it like it
walk run
wasn't.
through the library. That's hilarious. Oh god.
They're bullies, but they obey the rules of the library.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
respect the library.
You don't run through the library, man.
Fuck up everything else, but respect the
every guy-
goddamn library.
Every school's music teacher looked like that guy. I just want to say the music teacher looked like that in every school.
Oh god. He's not like really pulling his running. Like they're running pretty fast. This had to be tiring as fuck. They're sprinting.
I also just assumed that from movies in California, you could just wear whatever the hell you wanted to school. Especially in the 90s, you're seeing like girls wearing like skirts that are like non-existent.
I love that he could have not pulled that.
He could have looked first. Like anything could have been behind that door.
And you know what? The teacher's
Man,
lounge looking in and that happening is a lie. It's a lie.
Oh,
Teacher's lounge
man.
is not like
The
that.
one sign that this is a Halloween movie. Well, not the
Pretty
one
much.
sign, but the first sign that this is a Halloween movie.
Oh.
I just think it's funny that he is like that people make fun of like the popular kids at school call him a freak and a weirdo. And it's like if this kid were like in school today, he'd be like considered one of the cool kids.
No, what's funny is his clearly nerdy friend. No one gives him any shit. They're just like, hey,
He's invisible.
cool. He's like, if I hang out with this Ragman guy, no one's gonna fuck with me. He's a way bigger nerd than I am.
He's here to be like, listen, Ragman, this is how science works.
He's like, listen, Eddie, I refuse to call you Ragman. Stop using that name. It's fucking terrible. And he's like,
My
but that's
glasses are
Gene
gonna be-
Simmons' pet name.
My glasses are going to be considered hipster in 30 years.
No, like I feel like they really nerded this guy up because he's clearly more handsome than his friends. So they're like, we really gotta
What?
nerd
Oh,
you up
come
a
on,
little
man.
bit.
You're being mean to Mark Price, dude.
I'm
Price
saying
kinda
this
looks
guy.
like,
I'm saying Rodney's gonna steal his girl.
He kind of looks like discount
Roger.
Sean Hunter.
Roger.
I could see
I
that.
wish-
He does look like Ryder Strong. Is that his name? Ryder something?
Nice.
Yeah, right.
Remember-
Ryder Strong. That's a real name.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it. Sammi Currr kind of looks like Juliette Lewis.
Kinda. Not so much in real life.
Mostly in the poster. It's mostly the poster.
Speaking of posters, this one, since we saw some magazine coverage of Sammi Currr, Fangoria was pretty in on this movie at the beginning. They did a set visit article and everything. Way before my time, though, because I think that article was printed in like 84 or 85. Gorezone magazine also did a pretty big Sammi Currr poster, which Zach and I have seen in person at Slashback Video. Who they are also big fans of Sammi Currr, and there's always, every year, Sammi Currr artwork. Actually, the premiere night of Slashback Video, they were playing Trick or Treat on VHS.
Why hasn't this movie gotten a new release? It makes no sense.
I'm sure Scream Factory Scream Factory is working on those rights.
Yeah, honestly, I think if anyone's going to do it, it's going to end up being like Vinegar Syndrome or Severin, and my money would be on Vinegar Syndrome, but the fact that they haven't done it yet makes me think that the rights are super, super fucked.
Yeah, fingers crossed it's one of Vinegar Syndrome's Black Friday releases, but I don't have hope.
Do you think it's
I don't think
the
so,
soundtrack or all of the posters that are in the movie?
I don't know. You can still buy the soundtrack. The posters wouldn't be a problem. I don't think that that's like really a legal issue because it's basically just showing advertisements for the band.
That skull right there is
Gene
nice.
Simmons or Ozzy Osbourne want lots of money.
Oh, I would blame Gene if I was going to blame
Lewis
anyone.
Is pleased.
But see, like, never say never, because you know what? We all said never about Spookies, and Vinegar Syndrome put that out like last year or the year before. So
It's because of the pizza bear that's late in the movie later. They can't clear the rights
Could
to
be.
the pizza bear.
that's the Showbiz Pizza Bear. They actually got the real dude. I don't know how someone got that costume. They must have stolen it from work. I do not know the Showbiz Pizza Bear's name because we had Chuck E. Cheese here.
Yeah, I did not know about the Showbiz Pizza Bear until later in life.
Let's see here.
That feels like the Canadian Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, but it was actually like way more spread in the United States than Chuck E. Cheese. His name was Billy Bob, apparently.
It would be Billy Bob.
Oh, hey, look, it's his mom. Oh,
She looks like
Dude.
she's red as tomato.
can we talk about how great the mom's boyfriend is that we're going to be seeing later? I
we
just
do.
want to plant that
Yes.
seed. Yeah. Yeah.
Plant the seed.
Just like he planted some seeds in Ragman's mom. Oh. Look at that. It's going by itself now. We're seeing some supernatural shit start to happen. Finally, this movie is underway.
I was gonna say, he fucks with this with his vinyl a long time in this movie.
Well, judging from all the
scenes.
stuff that was cut, this probably would have been a 2-hour movie before all the meddling happened and they started editing things down. There was definitely stuff planned and stuff shot that never made the final film.
I mean, this movie is
Which
definitely
is too
inspired.
bad.
This movie is definitely inspired. I talked about that film Deathgasm, which was certainly influenced by Trick or Treat here. You know, about a heavy metal dude that like
later.
fights zombies and deadites, basically. So this certainly has influenced a lot of things. It's just weird that it hasn't gotten more recognition, and so I'm glad that we're able to shine some light on it here with this commentary because it really deserves to be. It deserves to have that. It's not even like a cult movie. It's like a cult movie. It's very like kind of underground for an 80s horror film.
A friend of mine snuck a Sammi Currr reference into something. I can't remember if we talked about it when said friend was a guest on the show or not, so I'm not mentioning any other details.
Dude, this guy is getting ready for battle, and he's just like chomping on a Twinkie.
Dude, Twinkies are the best. I could use a Twinkie right now. I've been eating like healthier snacks. Oh, that
probably
tie
wouldn't
is
have
fucking stupid.
I wouldn't have my headphones in so I could hear people coming.
That squared off tie deserves to be stuck in machinery. I'm saying it right now. God, it's like the 80s went to die on this guy. Ugh.
Yeah.
But you know what? If they got Billy Zabka for this, would have been tremendous.
I want to see this guy, Billy Zabka, and Biff square off and just see what happens. This guy would definitely come out in the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, Biff has some, like brute strength, but Johnny's got all that fucking finesse and the martial arts skill. I think he would come out on top.
I love Back to the Future because Biff is like a buff 30-year-old man.
Yeah.
in high school.
Yeah. Oh, just like the guy on the right there, clearly at least 35 years old. He's like, yeah, I'll let you kick this guy's ass. I gotta go pick up my kids.
See, we're gonna murder you with a...
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Yeah, Sammy was holding back a little bit. If you look at what he does to this guy versus what he does to the girlfriend, I mean, come on.
To be fair, Mike stops the machine. That wasn't what Sammy intended.
You mean Eddie Ragman? Who's Mike?
Oh, Mike. Why did I say Mike? Shit, Eddie.
I don't know.
Sean Hunter?
Yes.
I'm so confused.
Ragman stops the machine.
Is Mike Tyson in this movie?
Yeah, we could have gotten some Fulci action here, but...
Yeah.
I know. They get close enough that they clearly shot this in reverse, but... Yeah, or had no safety standards, one of the two.
God, I remember the first time I saw that Fulci clip. Pretty sure it was on TV.
Man, I saw it on VHS.
Thought about that for a while.
Yeah, I think I had... Oh, no. I saw Zombie before I saw Chien Andalou, for sure. So I hadn't been completely desensitized yet.
What's some stuff like that from horror movies that have just that you saw as a kid and just fucking stayed with you?
Transformation scene in American Werewolf in London, specifically where his hands are stretching.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I get carpal tunnel syndrome, I imagine my hands doing that. That's what it feels like from the inside.
The Elm Street scene from Elm Street 1, Johnny Depp bed scene. It's always pretty gnarly. First time I saw it.
For me, it's the Return of the Living Dead when Toxic Waste Tar Man takes a bite out of that guy's head.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, fucking hell.
This scene's kind of hilarious.
Say, Mom is nosy.
And she doesn't know how to use a stereo. Okay,
Looks like Terry Garr
there's...
from Young Frankenstein.
She does.
Oh, she wishes. Let's see. There's a He-Man figure in here that I need to shout out when it comes up. He also has a lot of toys from knockoff He-Man lines, so clearly these guys were buying some of their toys at a drugstore.
Does she not know her son listens to heavy metal music? Is she just finding this out?
Yeah, she's kind of acting like she's never been in this room before.
He has word Yahtzee? What kind of son do I have?
Huh, he has
plays
records.
word Yahtzee.
It's a record.
Oh, god damn. These are some bands. Exciter, you got Impaler, you got the one of the early Megadeth albums. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
I definitely thought those were ones they made up for the movie.
No, these are 100% real bands available on Spotify.com.
I certainly knew Megadeth, but I don't believe I knew the other bands. So
I do Apple Music.
Oh, no, not the lamp.
Exciter kind of sucks. They just have really good box art, really good record art.
Not my Nazi flag.
Oh, Jesus.
This
That's
is
not
sort
how
of
it works.
like an overused thing, like loud music breaking glasses. Does that actually happen in real life?
Mythbusters.
Okay. Yeah, Mythbusters did a whole thing on it, Zach.
Okay.
You gotta...
And what were the
I'm not
results?
gonna spoil it.
What were the results?
They couldn't replicate it. I don't think they could do it. But,
I haven't watched Mythbusters since 2006. I can't tell you.
Yeah. Let me go back in time and ask 26-year-old me what happened.
This is an awkward interaction. Thanks for fucking up my room, Mom. Fuck.
She's like, what? She's like, why couldn't I have just walked in on him jerking off?
It's alright, he's gonna fuck it up more later.
I mean, did no one else have moms that would come in and just clean their rooms when they weren't there? And
No,
I
wish.
did.
Around. I couldn't hide shit in my room.
I had to clean my own room, thank you.
I had to hide shit in in the backyard.
Oh, he's lighting candles,
secret
he's got a whole mood going. You know, honestly,
But
he
the
wonders why
jack-off
Sammy's
time.
mad at him, right? Like, are you really... it's kind of a dick move to light candles for a guy that died in a fire. I'm just saying. Not the
Too
most
soon.
sensitive
Dude, he was just
conjuring.
planning on jacking off, and then this just happened.
He's like, how about a little fuck music?
Would you fuck me?
Don't make me watch you do this.
I'd fuck me.
Oh,
Looks like 16
Jesus.
mil.
Okay, that's someone's dad. That is someone's dad. Oh, my God.
Yeah, the footage almost looks like 16 mil.
What's kind of sad is I think we had the same algebra textbooks when I was in school, and that was a good 10 years later.
A peace offering.
Believe it.
Tim, a peace offering. Oh, wonderful.
The shot is
I
great.
got you.
Oh, this
Roger
this
just
pervert.
just pondering his studies.
He's just like staring, like everyone around him can see what he's doing. No one is
God.
like standing up for this girl. Everyone's just like coolly, just like, oh yeah.
Nobody stopped him and said the headband's too much. Nobody
Is he going
stopped
like a
him and
step-
said,
Is he going like a step further with this look, or is this just like?
I think this is like his feeling good phase.
Okay. This isn't like his
This is-
Tuesday outfit.
this is him seeing the future and trying to be Shawn Michaels with his little red glove, too. Oh, it's so terrible.
Dude, if more people were wearing headbands like that, the world would be a much better place. Just saying.
She's not laughing at him, though. So clearly, she's the fucked up one. He's like, you're not laughing at my clothes? You didn't
Ciao.
laugh at my tiny dick? We're good to go. And he's like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck he was
Why me?
wearing either. Now, tell me,
Meanwhile,
if you're
in the
gonna
woods-
if you're gonna go fuck in the woods with a car, you gonna do it while it's still daylight outside? I'm just saying.
If it's secluded.
Doesn't
Maybe.
look very secluded. There's a lot of boats aimed directly at them. With
Okay,
lights on.
but unless they have like bat vision, I don't like.
I'm guessing the sun is going down. Definitely.
I like how it's dark in the car, but it's light outside. And I don't think it's a tinting issue. I think it's a continuity issue.
I love how quickly he like just abruptly exits his makeout session. I gotta piss. No other
Which
explanation.
which
You
you
gotta
know,
go,
if
you
he
gotta
could
go.
get it, if he could get it up, that he wouldn't be worried about that right now. He's gonna spray himself in the face. I'm just saying. Where's that cutscene, Zach? Where he's like, I gotta piss, but Aunt Becky gave me a huge boner.
I definitely have to admit that the first time I saw this, I was on my phone for about 10 minutes before the scene. And then when the scene started happening, I started paying attention again. You're about to see why.
I don't remember blank cassettes looking that awesome.
I was gonna say it's a cool looking cassette. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know if that's. I don't know if those were where those were sold, but I want one.
Also, remember when headphones were kind of painful?
Those look like they suck. They're gonna suck a lot more for her in just a moment. Why is he going closer to civilization to take a piss?
Everyone look at my dick. Poor Kelly
It's like
Kapowski.
you saw Ragman's. You can see mine.
Poor Kelly Kapowski.
Oh,
So Nova
Get off and
45
then get
headphones.
gone.
I just love these horrible visual effects.
It's a ghost from Ghostbuster.
This feels like the adult version of the Haunted Mansion right now, or something. With these effects and this color scheme.
This also kind of feels like that scene that was added later. Like the studio's like, we need more boobs in this movie.
Yeah, they're like, you cut away from those ones in the pool party way too fast.
Because this is like the first scene where our like main character is not in the scene. So
Yeah, this
And
whole,
they make it sound like
So who you guys
something
voting
way
for?
worse happened to her.
Biden all
Also,
the way.
our creepy demon that we see in this scene originally was going to have a bigger part. Is it Sammy's sidekick? Is it the demon he sold his soul to? We'll never know. We will never know.
Is it Juliette Lewis?
It could be. It very well could be. That must be some album. No wonder Sammi Currr sold so many. He's got triple platinum because everyone that listens to it does this. This is why he was lighting those candles and sitting down and did the
that
same
scene,
thing to Skippy.
I didn't think they were gonna go like full there. I wasn't expecting the bra to come off. So when that happened, I was like, oh, they did it. Okay.
They went full idle hands.
And that's what happens when movies get put on YouTube.
Yay!
That's probably why like half of the other versions. There's
Oh
the
my
demon.
god! Oh my god!
So
it's
clearly
going up
something
and
worse
down.
was going to happen. She kind of got away with melted ears. But, okay, as someone that has had Ultra Slime put on them,
That's
that
nasty.
had to fucking
That is
suck.
nasty. That nasty.
I know they put appliances over her ears first, but there's no way that didn't suck getting that off, because that shit's in her hair.
Yeah, that's the
that was-
that's the goriest effect in the movie.
And that was Ultra Slime and not KY Jelly. So that's probably... She probably
Meanwhile,
lost some
in the
hair in that
80s.
scene. Oh, yeah. Here's Ragman doing his workout.
Sucks on.
How great would it be if Ragman just popped up and those were his
This
legs?
would be
this
my
whole time?
favorite movie if that happened.
And we got Garfield again.
Yeah.
And soon
There's
Ozzy
Ozzy.
Osbourne.
Ozzy poking fun at his real life critics. He's basically saying everything that people said about him right now.
It's so weird to hear Ozzy like talk like a normal person.
Right?
Like talk like not be slurring his words and
It's funny though, because these lyrics that they mention are they're basically the lyrics you would see on a Wasp album. Also I'd say Anvil, their lyrics pretty close to these too.
bring out a bucket
so-
and a mop for this wet ass P word.
Yep, exactly. But that gets like millions of views and everyone's cool with it. But if it's a bunch of ugly dudes like Anvil, they're not into it. Oh, see, he's getting
He's lucky there's
this
a
is
dramatic
supposed to
shaft
be
of light in
like
his room.
a descent into Satanism for him, and it just seems like his room gets slightly darker and he has one more candle each time. They could have handled this a little better. Wine power! Dude,
I know
honestly,
you did something.
the first time I thought I saw this scene, I thought he was yelling white power at him, and I'm like, okay, I get that he could probably be racist, but why is he yelling it to him? Oh, he's like,
shit,
stop.
I got the power.
I'm a warlock. I'm using the
Motherfucker.
force. It is pretty sweet when he shoots the fire out of the pumpkins, though. I mean, come on, like that. If that's the extent of your warlock powers, it's kind of shitty. Yeah, because those flames don't even go that high. Just
It's like, why didn't you beat the shit out of him? He had these pumpkins and they made fire come out of them. Okay.
and then he grew
You
up
weren't
to be
there, okay?
Cain.
Do you read Sutter Kane?
He's like, wait, did I just get superpowers that I'm never gonna use again for the rest of the movie?
He looks like the little boy from The Exorcist grew up, or The Exorcist, The Omen.
Omen?
He like grew up into a pimply teenage boy.
God, he's got a Powell and Peralta skateboard there too. That's probably one of the classics. There's so much in his room that you could just dig if we had a slightly higher resolution version of this movie.
I can't tell if he lives in the attic or if it's just an unfinished room. Like
It feels like it's off of a main hallway when his mom's coming in.
Yeah.
It's just a little weird.
Oh, come on. If
Maybe
you guys had
he's
that
in-
bedroom growing up, you would have been plenty pleased.
Yeah, he might be in an add-on to the house. It looks like we're seeing ceiling beams like it's an attic room, though. But that is not how anyone goes in or out of his room.
I definitely wanted a cool basement bedroom when I was a kid.
I just
No one
wanted a
has- no one
basement,
has basements
period.
in
I didn't
Arkansas.
even... Yeah, I didn't know anyone that had a basement in California, for sure.
I didn't. My neighbor has a cellar.
I feel like it's a northern
Oh, that's cool.
thing. It's like an East Coast.
It's definitely not a
northern thing.
southern thing. It's physically impossible in the southeast.
Yeah, too much mud.
You'd be under sea level.
We're about to get some sweet kind of Freddy
Too swampy,
Krueger
yeah.
effects here, I believe, if I'm thinking of the right scene. Out of the speakers, right?
Yeah, they tried. Bless them.
It looks pretty good. It was by Kevin Yeager, so like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Kevin Yeager does great burn makeup. I think Elm Street 2 Freddy's a significant improvement over Elm Street 1 Freddy. And Sammy's burns are consistent because, as we've spoken about with some of the Halloween sequels, not always the case. With Dr. Loomis's burns.
Yeager worked on. It said he worked on
The-
Friday the 13th,
The
the
ear
final
they
chapter.
glued onto his face.
Yeager, okay, so Friday the 13th, the final chapter, wasn't going to have Savini first. And he may have been the first effects guy. Because a lot of the designs for Jason Unmasked were in place before Savini came in. So that might have been his design.
Just wanted to
unless
be
he was
"Listen,
working
if you're
with Savini."
masturbating, you can tell me. Just tell me you're masturbating. It's fine.
Sammy could have had so much more fun with him in this scene right there. It's like, Mom, I'm smoking crack. Leave me alone. What? I'm going to come in there immediately. No, Mom, I'm not on crack. It's okay. Mom, I'm on crack. See, that's clearly a regular ass hallway in a regular ass house. The sense of place is a little off in a lot of portions of this movie, actually. Like, I'm sure that school layout made sense to someone, but not a real school.
Yeah, if this is a side room, it's a big ass fucking room. Like,
Yeah.
that's a deep room.
Hey, you need a deep room to be shot across the room by electricity.
This is a-
Okay, that was the Death Star droid from Star Wars right there. You know what I learned? I learned that electrocution is the combination of electricity and execute. So if you don't die, you're not electrocuted. You're just shocked. Because a lot of people would have said he was electrocuted right there. Look at this. I love the lighting from the stereo, though. That's a very Elm Street lighting choice as well.
Looks. I love the. This is a great scene. This is just fantastic scene.
Simple effects, but they look great. Mm-hmm. That not so much. Not so much. Definitely don't think they needed to use the fire motif when
Oh no, that
he's
vinyl record's
clearly
getting fucked up.
he's clearly electricity based for the rest of the movie. But yeah, here's the Elm Street 1 gag redone.
Funny if Freddy came out and was just like, "Surprise, bitch!"
Wrong movie, bitch. I'd say welcome to prime time, but you're already very successful.
Welcome to Family Ties, bitch. Oh.
Welcome to Michael P. Keaton, bitch.
Okay, this joke is dead.
Of course. It was dead before it started.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just, what else are we going to talk about? This incredibly long panning shot of his room with nothing happening.
Dramatic
You know,
pause.
I think my reserves about loving this movie come from just the feeling that he spends a fuck ton of time in his bedroom.
Yeah, but who doesn't these days?
Just saying, if I were
Oh,
a teenager,
Sammy.
This is a great shot.
Also, I just feel like if they had made like Sammi Currr a little bit more of a Beetlejuice type character too, like he's got a little bit kind of a crazier personality.
Well, see, the problem is though they didn't get an actor; they got a dancer. So they were
And
really
right now the
limited
director's like Tony, wrong side. The makeup's on the other side, dude. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's like Tony turn.
You turned the wrong way, man.
I don't know why that made me laugh so much.
He's like, "Fuck it, we'll use it."
Oh,
It looked kind of cool.
So if you dress like Tony, you would probably be considered poser metal, and a lot of people would shit on
Sammi
you.
Currr is not a poser, man.
He's not, but Fastway, not metal, and he's using their music. So the death to false metal message that this movie has, little bit lost in execution here. Because I feel like it was made by people that the only people that actually knew what heavy metal were the people doing the art direction, or Ozzy or Gene Simmons. Not that Kiss is really heavy metal. Such a good shot.
that part made me laugh. First time I saw this.
Poor Ozzy.
He didn't get
That the
he didn't get it as
DVD
bad as
version that
Sylvia.
did get the DVD version that got released, Ozzy and Gene Simmons are on the cover as though they're the stars of this movie. And then they have a little shot of the demon guy in the corner. No Sammy. No Ragman. No Ragman's mom with her nice looking dishes.
I just wonder why they didn't get Ozzy Osbourne to play Sammy.
Apparently, no one wanted to really see. They were saying that a lot of the people that they wanted to get didn't want to lend credence to the whole Satan thing, which sounds like
I guess that
bullshit
makes
to
sense.
me because a lot of the bands fucking reveled in it and thought it was great.
Did they
there's
approach?
definitely
Did they
bands
approach
that-
Alice
Their
Cooper?
lawyers probably didn't want them to.
Alice Cooper might have been no, he was all right at this period. I'm trying to remember if he was like
There was someone that
cleaning
was supposed to.
himself up or
Do you
not.
what was the singer who was supposed to
It
be
was,
playing Sammy?
Well, Blackie Lawless from
that's it.
Wasp, who basically is Sammi Currr in real life. Okay, so we'll talk about Blackie Lawless a little bit because he's a fascinating man. So he's best known for his buzzsaw gauntlets that he wears and his buzzsaw codpiece that he wears. That also says "I fuck like a beast" above the buzzsaw. That's where his dick would be. But when we talk about Blackie Lawless, we have to talk about Blackie Lawless's dick because there's a very famous story about it. To where that buzzsaw codpiece wasn't enough, you guys. He decided, I'm going to have a codpiece that shoots pyro out of my dick.
Wow.
And he made this thing, okay? Now, I don't know about you guys. This sounds like a bad idea waiting to happen, strapping all kinds of fireworks to your genitals.
Nah.
Well, there was an accident. And the contraption on the fireworks codpiece exploded, but not in the way that it was supposed to. And set Blackie on fire, crotch first, Richard Pryor style. And
oh, this is a great scene.
well, let's just say that Blackie Lawless, they put the fire out and they were getting the paramedics to come get him, and he told the guy that saved him, that was like one of the roadies, he's like, if it burned off, let me die.
Take your hanger, you idiot. There you go.
That's fucking tremendous. If it burned off, let me die. And he's still alive, so I guess his dick was okay. Because he's alive now. He's pretty fat.
This movie has like a. It's in the 80s, but it kind of has like a 70s haze about it.
Yeah, I think it's those glasses specifically.
We're seeing everything through his glasses.
And there's an awful lot of hardwood in this movie, furniture wise, and that's giving it that 70s.
We say
vibe
Roger's
as well.
a nerd, but he knows how to break into a car, man. So he's got some street cred.
Everyone knows how to break into a car, Zach.
I guess just not me.
Yeah, I would just start fiddling around with the hanger, just moving it around till something happened.
He knows how to open a car and give an abortion, and that is the worst joke we've ever told on this show. Roger's a dick, dude. Roger bringing that, I don't know though. Him bringing that tape after he said destroy the tape, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna play it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say fuck the rules. It's like I hear everything you're saying to me, and I say, fuck it.
He's like, no, this shit's great. It's like, I'm usually more of a Devo guy, but
Discount chocolate syrup.
Yeah, can't even get the Hershey's, poor kid. That's why he's a nerd.
Oh my god.
Oh. Yeah, you're causing problems.
on my
He
dick.
didn't see this as a sign. He did not see this as a sign. It's causing nothing but genital-related problems every time Sammi Curr's around.
He don't fuck around. He goes after the dicks.
He's like, hey, Roger. Love it.
It's like Freddy Krueger meets the birdcage.
Yeah, it's, well...
one of the best scenes in the movie here, guys. One of the best
This
scenes in the movie.
One of the worst effects, but one of the best scenes.
Oh,
in
I
the
think it
movie.
looks great.
Yeah.
I think it looks great.
Yeah, Sammy doesn't get to say all that much, unfortunately, because I think he's a great character, and I think they should have given the actor more to say.
I'll agree with that, yeah. Bye, Sylvia.
Where's the beef? Oh no, she turned into a midget.
It looks like she's giving the middle finger as well, which doesn't fit her character, but it's kind of amazing.
I do wish there was a shot like on set of that show, and they're just like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Right, or Ozzy
Keep
when
it
it
real.
happens to him too. Oh, hey, more naked Skippy. Trying to keep the twig and berries out of the shot this time, guys.
Where was that Walkman hanging from?
It's just immediately trying to
This is so
vacuum
great.
it up, guys.
This is him vacuuming it is so great.
It's like the scene that should be in every horror movie, but you'd never see it because it's so funny. Just trying to vacuum this.
Oh, this guy. Oh God.
Sir, I believe
yeah.
you're in the wrong movie.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to be Napoleon Dynamite, Kip.
Oh no. This guy is all man. All man.
He also looks a lot like, if you guys know who Keith Apicary is. If you don't, then just forget it.
I feel like his like mom is in like a 80s comedy. It's happening like alongside this movie.
So he's supposed to be Rambo, right? Basically?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes. You can't tell he looks exactly like him. It's like the best costume I've ever seen.
You know, Rambo was just announced in Mortal Kombat. I wish it was this Rambo right here.
God, if this was a skin, oh, it'd be so great.
There are some great decorations at this dance. Like right there.
I
that
gotta say,
Frankenstein.
Zach, you're one of my dearest friends, but I would kill you for that Frankenstein. Those skulls are basal skulls. All those skeletons all across.
I like these giant circle lamps.
They're pretty great.
Yes.
It's a little much
Lamp
to have a
game on
disco
point.
ball in addition. See that guy
Zach,
dressed.
stop touching
dressed
yourself
like-
every time the lamps are on screen.
Yeah,
help it,
it's
man.
a little disturbing. There's a lot of it's a culture, not a costume problems with some of these party goers. I love
Oh, yeah.
that little joke there. She's just like, Judas? And he's like, ah! And she's like, no, are you playing Judas Priest? Tremendous.
And his dance attire is just unbuttoning his top button.
Every Halloween dance needs a giant jack-o'-lantern on the wall.
Yeah, dude, because his costume is he unbuttons that button and his costume is sex. That's what he is for Halloween. He's like, all right, Genie, I know I'm all three of your wishes, baby.
I am McLovin.
Because I got this button unbuttoned.
McLovin?
Oh, Weinbauer. Wear a belt. He'd probably wear a white belt. Oh, look at that. He's just reading the funnies. He's not reading the paper. That's why his cat's named Garfield. There's this whole side story that was cut probably where he's a big fan of Sunday comic strips. Oh, look at... Oh.
He's such
this
a dick.
girl, he's a dick, but she gets all the candy.
Yeah,
man.
she waits. Like after he says "fuck off," she still stays.
Clearly,
she's
you
probably
don't
thinking
understand how
about
this works.
She's probably thinking about how to egg his house.
You give
or
me
soap
candy,
his
or
windows,
I fuck your shit over.
shit in his toilet tank so he gets an upper decker. Every time he flushes, shit comes in the toilet. Good times. There's also the lesser known Shanta, where you shit in a piece of tinfoil and you roll it up and you poke holes in it and then you put it on the underside of a drawer. You tape it there. You would need access to the person's house for that, but they never find the smell.
That sounds
I did
like
it to Zach 6 months ago. And he still
the pea and the frisbee.
Mm-hmm.
Pea and
Have you ever heard
frisbee,
the one
freeze
where
it.
you put bologna on someone's car and then the sun...
Gotta say, this is
when
a
they
really
go to
bad
pull the
time for
bologna
your car to
off-
get possessed by a ghost on Halloween when there's like kid trick-or-treaters everywhere.
Well, they were filming Christine down the street,
Yeah.
and they were like, "What the fuck can happen at this point in the movie?"
So many of these kids have shitty costumes. He murders this fucking ghost. If he wasn't already dead and a ghost, he would be dead as shit right now.
That's I kind of dig that ghost costume.
It looks like, those
Looks cool when
lollipops
you're
are
on the
like those like bottles where you would put like a ghost top on top, and like that's what that costume looked like.
Yeah. I'm a little concerned that they had such a KKK looking costume and they had that other guy yelling white power at Skippy. It's just not a good look.
He survives like a crazy crash here.
He almost gets decapitated,
Yeah.
which maybe a reference to a famous death attributed to Satan as curse. Who's the name I'm thinking of? Not Rita Hayworth. Oh God. It's one of those bootleg Marilyn Monroes. Who am I thinking of, guys?
Jean Harlow?
Was she decapitated?
I don't think so, man.
Okay,
Moving
I'm looking
on.
up decapitated. Oh no, because this is like more important than what Jane Mansfield, bro.
I mean, nothing's happening in the
That's-
movie right now, so.
Okay, so allegedly Jane Mansfield and her boyfriend went to visit Anton LaVey in the Church of Satan, and the boyfriend was being very disrespectful and groping some of the statues and doing like horrible things. And people say he was cursed for that, and they both died in a car accident where they were brutally decapitated leaving that place. Interesting. And he was almost brutally
That's what happens when you're not respectful at the satanic church service.
Exactly.
Fuck this tape.
You don't want to offend any church service. I gotta say,
He threw it in the daytime.
this is some production value right here. Because they have this whole bridge section.
If he just
They've
hit his
got
head
this
on
whole
that.
car. They've got all this stuff. Yeah, that was the best take they had, Zach. That was the best take they had. This is the director of the movie.
Yeah, that's the director of the movie. Charles Martin.
Scariest. And it's the scariest image in the movie. Actually, that is. I take it back. That's the scariest image in the movie.
We got to talk about that rooster costume.
First of all, it's a cock, Zach. And second,
This Peter
there
Pan
was a
is
great
cool.
Don Post Frankenstein mask right next to that rooster that we are completely glossing over at this
I'm
point.
pretty sure they just showed a dude just wearing a trench coat. Like he's naked
Yeah,
under there.
he's a flasher. You know, they figured that, one set of balls wasn't enough for this movie.
And the lead singer of the band here is Kevin Yeager.
Yes, and that's not his hair.
You don't say.
Kevin Yeager also did effects for The Hidden, which is another awesome underrated 80s movie, which I've talked about
Says
extensively on the podcast.
Schmell.
He gets a raw deal here, man. He didn't do anything wrong.
He wore that wig.
That's true.
Yeah, he did.
Fuck your wig.
See, okay, the fact that that was Kevin Yeager makes me think there was a much gorier death involved. Because that was kind of shitty.
This scene is great, man. This is where I disagree, because I love some of the main Fastway tracks here, man. I just think they're great. Maybe they're not metal, but they're
Did
still
you
rockin'
listen
songs.
to all of the Painkiller album, like I said?
I listened to Painkiller.
All of the pain. Oh, it's not good enough. That would be better in this scene, but I'm telling you, if they had maybe like Metal Meltdown or All Guns Blazing in this right here, it would be perfect.
I don't think
but
you
I
can
also
dance
think
like he
Rob
does
Halford.
to that.
All right, guys.
No one can dance like this guy.
Hit the
He's a
blues
solid
rock and
gold
beat.
dancer.
Watch me for the changes and try to keep up, okay?
He is psyching himself up here, man. This is a performance.
I thought it'd be funny if like the audience just wasn't into it and they just started like booing him. He'd be like,
You're not
fuck
Sammi
you.
Curr.
This is why, like, I don't know who else could do this but Tony Fields, because what he does here is just phenomenal, man. This is a rock performance.
Warriors.
It's just that he so turns into ballet dancer halfway through.
It's great, though, man. It's great. And this is a great rock song. I love this song.
It's a great rock song, not a metal song, and that's the problem that I have. Fastway is a fake AC/DC. I said it. They're not as much of a fake AC/DC as Crocus, but they're close. And yeah.
Enough with the Fastway hate. Let's talk about the movie.
No, I think the songs are decent. I mean, like this is on my
and
Halloween
roll.
playlist. It does mention
your
Halloween
soul.
a little tiny bit.
If I was off key
I
with my
do think-
singing, guys, we are watching this on mute, so I have no idea if we are in sync with the song.
Yeah, though I gotta agree, Casey. That I had
Oh,
no.
those dancing Frankenstein
I
decorations.
didn't know
Zach.
Sammi Currr was a dancer, and that you saying that now it makes a lot of sense.
Oh, he was a very
Zach,
good dancer.
I would sell you to a prisoner for those Frankenstein decorations, Zach.
They got to be available somewhere. They're still around.
I mean, eBay
I got
probably.
I got some nice old fashioned skeletons on Amazon this year.
Those skeletons, like these exact skeletons, are still available because they're a Bastel mainstay. I mean, I have a blanket with them on
Oh,
it,
look
for
at
God's
that,
sake.
I don't know if you guys had this experience, but my pumpkins, my jack-o'-lanterns died super quick.
That's what happens
this
when you
year.
carve them early, Chris.
I guess I should have. I guess I should have put some shit on them, like some.
I don't know what it is
You know,
like. Growing up, I
bleach
always
and
carved
stuff.
my jack-o'-lanterns on Halloween, which is like late, but like that's what we did.
You know,
No.
Chris, it's just making me laugh because all of our ad copy for the Manscaped ads on my other podcast, we're talking about carving your pumpkins and putting stuff on your balls. And it's just making me go there in my mind, and I'm sorry.
Are we really talking about Manscaped
use-
during this epic Sammi Currr performance right now?
Hey,
I mean, it
you
feels
know what? I
appropriate,
bet
honestly.
I bet he shaves his junk. So if you want to shave your junk, use code MMM for 20% off and free shipping. Manscaped. Oh, but yeah, this scene is amazing. Some of his mugging reminds me a little bit of Jim Carrey being Axl Rose in the Deadpool, the Clint Eastwood movie.
So those people right next to him
What?
saw that and were like, let's move closer.
They're all dead.
Okay, I've never seen the Deadpool with the Clint Eastwood movie.
Oh, Oh, okay, yeah. It was before Jim Carrey was famous. It was post Once Bitten, but
Holy
yeah,
shit.
all of Guns N' Roses plays themselves, but he plays the Axl Rose character, and he's a major part of the movie. Yeah, and that reminds me of
And
this.
Humpty
Oh,
Dumpty
that
gets
was
blowed the
Humpty.
fuck up.
Oh, that was Humpty. Was that Humpty Dumpty or a rooster?
That was
No, that was Humpty
looked
Dumpty.
like
Oh
Humpty
shit! It looked like it was a Humpty Dumpty dressed as a rooster. Then
Sure, Zach. Sure.
Tony Fields was also in the film adaptation for a chorus line.
Guys, Tommy Lee Jones's Two-Face is
Yeah.
doing great right now.
Yes.
So I've been told in the town that Tony Fields is from, every year on Halloween they screen this movie and they have a festival to pay tribute to him because
Oh,
people
that's
fucking
awesome.
loved this guy in his hometown. He unfortunately
Stand out! Above
he
the
passed
crowd.
away.
Oh, sorry, wrong movie.
He passed away due to the AIDS virus, so he's no longer with us. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
this scene is creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know why she felt the need to change out of her costume at the party. But yeah, this guy got off so light. But I feel like the scene was heavily edited to remove any gore that might have originally been in there. Oh, we see Julius Caesar running out of there. Some generic cave girls and witches. We see a guy dressed as Sex crying on the steps. And Eddie came dressed as a Canadian in his head-to-toe denim ensemble. Oh, he's so creepy. He's so creepy. He's a sensitive guy, man. Stop making fun of him for crying. You guys are dicks. You know what I just realized is that Skippy here is dressed like the Peter Parker action figure from the Spider-Man animated series from the 90s. He's got that red shirt. All he needs is a little camera.
Dude, your girlfriend had her ears melted off and is in the hospital right now, man.
Yeah.
Shower girl.
So he's got all that saved up now, you know. Oh, the chrome tape. That clearly looks broken, by the way. Yeah, there we go. Take 7 of him breaking that.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, man, I'm just trying to get my fuck on, bro. Why am I always so sweaty? This dude sweats a lot, dude. I feel like he might have that glandular problem that Pit Stain had on Pete and Pete.
God, I forgot about Pit Stain.
Oh, this fight scene is the worst. Okay, right here, I feel like something was censored. I feel like we
yeah.
were supposed to see some blood. I feel like we were supposed to see a good head explosion. Or maybe the effect just didn't work when they shot it.
Yeah, this is
'Cause
the
you gotta
point I felt
remember-
like I remember being like, huh, this movie's not really very gory.
This was a payoff. You got to remember, same thing happened in Elm Street 3. Terrence's head was supposed to explode. It came out looking like shit. They had to edit that from the movie. Maybe it was just a bad couple years for exploding heads. I don't know, though, because Scanners would have come out around this time. So...
I do think the sparks work well enough. Sure, you know, a little gore wouldn't have hurt, but I don't think it's like lesser film for it necessarily.
See, Zach, I read this little book called Everything I Need to Know About Filmmaking I Learned from the Toxic Avenger. And there was something Lloyd Kaufman told me in that book, and he said to never fuck the audience on a crushed skull or an exploding head. And let me tell you, you don't fuck your audience out of a crushed skull or an exploding head, or they just get disappointed. It's something visceral in human nature to want to see heads explode or be crushed.
Now that we've made the Nightmare 2 connection, I feel like this movie has a lot of little things in common with Nightmare 2. Seemed to be a lot of school stuff, a lot of gym stuff.
Roger.
Bathroom
A lot of gay undertones.
Yeah.
But I mean, Sammi Curr is played by a very gay man in this movie.
That scene in Nightmare on Elm Street 2 where he like runs into his gym teacher at the club, and then his gym teacher makes him go to the school after hours and do laps. If I like ran into my gym teacher like out of school and he was like, "Come on, we're going to the school to do laps," I'd be like, "Fuck you."
You're not. You have no jurisdiction here.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Roger.
Oh God. This is okay. I gotta say though, this is a good fake out because I thought Roger was gonna be dead as fuck.
Yeah, this is pretty funny.
And I wonder if this was ad-libbed or not.
It's like, no, dude, I'm fine.
Because it kind of seems like it would be.
Nah, I'm good. I'm okay.
But really, the
Oh, here's
pizza
Billy
bear. Oh God, not the pizza bear.
And they're like, "What the fuck are you supposed to be?"
I pretty much have that exact same skeleton on my wall right now. It's just a little bit small.
Yeah, that's the basal. That's the basal skeleton. That's a good old standby. It's a little different than the one they released now that has more like green highlighting on it. But you know, in the 80s, everyone liked brown shit. They thought brown equaled scary instead of like the nice, cool pastel colors we get on spooky things now. Or I wouldn't say pastel. I would say like 80s, you know, like teal and magenta and tones of purple. Which I'm all for it. I love it. I do it all the time. I say, okay, Google, make my light teal, and it does it. But it didn't right now, and I'm very disappointed.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Oh, you hear that? She didn't understand me, people. Okay, Google, make the light teal. There we go. There we go. Now I feel like I'm properly spooky.
Dude, if that alley in this film lit up teal when he said that, I would have shit my pants.
It would have been amazing. This looks like one of the many Vancouver alleys from Jason Takes Manhattan, actually, but I don't believe it was. I'm actually not sure where this was shot. I haven't been able to track down the Fangoria articles to actually read them. Because, you know, the magazine's been out of print for 30 plus years. And plus, like, for something with as big of a fan following as Fangoria, you think it would be more meticulously indexed by this point? Like, you think people would be pretty obsessive about that? But no. Like, you know, I think it would be useful, but I'm not the one that's going to fucking do that shit. That's a lot of work. And that's probably what every other person is saying. Oh, he is looking at... See, they didn't even give him, like, a fake porno magazine. That's Hustler. They didn't give him, like, Playpen or something. That means that was from someone on the set's personal collection.
I appreciate that clock is crooked on the wall, just like every real clock around that time.
I like that neon clock behind him. There's
yeah,
like
I thought that was the moon for a second. Meanwhile, downtown Burbank.
To that. Lunch of the Dead.
Look at those street
Totally
lamps.
real.
You know, I would see Lunch of the Dead.
The Lunch of the Dead.
This is
But what if it
during
was
the day.
just it would be a completely misleading title, like Naked Lunch. Think of two things wrong with that title. No, not only was it during the day, it became night very quickly, and there's no Halloween decorations anywhere. So maybe they needed a pickup shot. There's one on that door. But yeah, this is where Unfortunately, I feel like this movie is dragging in the climax a little bit, but we get to see Sammi Curr doing like a flying kick out the fucking window, which is amazing. That is clearly the Elm Street house right there.
Yeah, I was very confused when this movie did not end at the high school and kept going. I was like, that's a check your watch moment.
Yeah,
How much time left is in this fucking movie?
But God, I love Sammi Curr's angry walk here because he's walking in platform shoes. Oh, tremendous.
And he's over it.
His smile.
I like how he's not sure at first. He kind of looks down at it, and then when he realizes it's not, he's like, ah, ha, 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 ha.
He's so happy to be killing this guy like this. I just love it so much. Oh, God. Horrible pumpkin carving work. It's like, have some self-respect, Weinbauer.
Was there a Weinbauer in one of the It movie?
No, but there was a name very similar.
Downbauer.
There was a similar name.
Dan Bauer.
God.
If we just destroy all of the record players in the world.
Yeah, everywhere.
Every device that makes sound. All the wine glasses.
Luckily, the radio station's only local, hopefully. You know, if it's syndicated, everyone's fucked.
I just want to see him
We're gonna have a
start to
Halloween
bash
3
the
situation.
microwave.
Yeah,
It's
I was gonna say the ending of this movie is kind of has some shades of Halloween 3 here.
Except
turn it
that
off!
it makes more sense. I don't know. They clearly wanted this to be a franchise starter, and you know how you start a franchise? You have Sammi Curr on screen for more than 5 minutes of the movie is how you would make a franchise out of this.
Hey, Beetlejuice would disagree.
A whole lot of Skippy, not a lot of Sammy. And Beetlejuice never got that sequel either. We're still waiting.
It's true.
We're still waiting.
I hope we never get it at this point.
Yeah, if it's not going to be Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian, the original script, I'm not.
I'm surprised there hasn't been like a Beetlejuice like animated feature film or something at this point. Like instead,
we had the whole horrible animated series that was also great, but still horrible.
I liked it. I saw the series first.
the
And
intro
then I
of that
realized-
show was awesome.
I was a fan of the cartoon
hated
first.
the animation style. I loved the cartoon story-wise, but I despised the art style.
It's very
of that
like
cartoon.
Fox Kids.
Yeah, and it was the first cartoon like that. Yeah.
Bobby's World type of animation.
It's kind of like how people shit on the Cal Arts art style now. That was like the pre-Cal Arts art style. Mm-hmm. When you started seeing real trends artistically in animated cartoons.
Every time Sammi Curr appears, it's
those
like he's like
burnt hands.
doing a little jump in place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he likes jumping around and twirling and stuff. He's very active.
Very flamboyant. But in a menacing
That's what
way.
happens when you're a solid gold dancer and one of the zombies in Thriller. Oh, look at that. He can't even like do a Frankenstein without putting his own spin on it. I love it. And that actually looked like it sucked and really hit him in the shin.
Oh no, Sammi Curr gonna be taken down by a toilet.
This is where it starts to feel like Shocker and the shit with the remote. But see, look at that arch he gets, man. Look at that back bridge he gets when he's getting electrocuted.
It's not even
talent.
It's not even he's not even getting shocked. He's just the shit in there is so powerful.
But he's so good at selling this electric shock that it's just like, I wish he was
can you
in more
imagine like
stuff.
Ozzy Osbourne selling that?
He'd just stumble a little bit.
What is this fucking toilet?
The fucking toilet.
Oh, can't fucking,
Sharon!
Can't get my hand out of the fucking toilet,
Fucking
Sharon.
crapper. Oh, I really wish I could see that.
Oh God, that was dangerous.
Gotta say, if you guys haven't seen the new Travel Channel show, the Osbournes Wanna Believe, it's pretty entertaining. It's just Jack Osbourne
it's-
showing his parents like supernatural paranormal videos and them going, that's
Yeah.
fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's 100% great. Unfortunately, I think it's already over because the last episode's description kind of made it sound like it was the finale permanently, which is too bad. Because that show was good, yeah.
It's just him showing his family videos.
Showing him like
Yeah.
paranormal videos and saying, what do you think of this? And they're just like, eh.
And she's just like, I don't know. I don't really believe that. And I was just like, I think it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah. They shit on everything. Oh.
And how does that not
I
get
don't
old?
think that's... That ain't fucking ghost, man. They just had a string. What the fuck is this shit?
I mean, it's entertaining to see them, just shit on these ghost videos.
God, when I worked at Halloween Town, Kelly Osbourne came in once, and I felt like, and Jack came in at a separate time, and I felt like I was just waiting for Ozzy to show up eventually, and it just never happened.
Just be like, hey, can you bring your dad here, please?
I will give you $100 out of my pocket right now if you let me call your dad for 5 minutes, please. I know it's on your cell phone. Then I wouldn't be able to understand a fucking word he said.
I'm trying to look up the Osbournes right now and see if it's streaming anywhere.
And for those of you that don't know, this has a W in the letters of the call station, meaning this would have to take place on the East Coast because we have K for everything over here.
Interesting.
How about you, Chris? What is it out there?
Fuck if I know. It's a Q. I think it's Q. There's like
Q
Light 99.5 is the big one.
Fucking weird, man.
I feel like we're like just cross the streams with bad channels here. This climax. It's a very
Dude,
similar facade.
If Sammi,
Yeah, the movie's still going,
Sammi
guys.
Currr was, if he took that fucking rock off of his head and it was Sammi Currr, that movie would have been so
like,
much better.
it's one thing to be like, oh, you thought the high school was going to be the ending? Nope, we're going to another location. But now they're going to a third location. Like,
And it goes to a
two
couple
fake
more.
out endings in a row.
Oh, hey, we're still another location away.
This is a
my
cool.
God.
This is a cool shot here, though.
I love it.
Never
It
follow
looks-
a metalhead to a separate
It
location.
looks so Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I wanna know
and
how
I
they
just
did
love
this.
it for it. Well, first, Zach, you get some ghosts to work for you. They're union.
Just
Okay, good.
unleash
The
some
Osbournes
ghosts
is
out
on
of a
YouTube.
vacuum.
You got to you get a casting director that knows some ghosts. And
Ghosts.
they call the ghost union. There's very strict union rules to how many hours you can work a ghost on set, which is why you barely see shots like
It really
that.
does look like
Quite
the
expensive.
exterior you use in bad channels. I don't think it's the same, but it's similar. They added some letters on top of it, but like,
Weird Al Yankovic just shows up.
well, actually, bad channels was way after this, but
I like how, like, in the movie world, this is what a radio station looks like when... I've been to a lot of radio stations, and they've just been a building in the middle of Van Nuys somewhere, Or Reseda. Because I think KLOS used to be by where PWG did their shows in Reseda,
I remember
actually.
there was a radio station in our town that was like surrounded by a fence with lots of shit in it. It was like, looked like a little fortress.
A bunch of them are in Koreatown now, in LA, actually. And just in an office. I mean, now you don't need a giant radio tower like that. Some still have it. It's just not really a thing.
I was gonna say they could have given Leslie a little more to do in this film. She kind of doesn't have. She's just there to serve, as his love interest. Basically, they don't really give her anything to.
She had to use every last ounce of acting power she had to pretend to be attracted to this guy. And they have zero
You're
chemistry.
such a jerk, man.
Okay, tell me, watch any of these scenes and tell me they have an ounce of chemistry with each other. They do not.
Well, that's a different story.
No, they don't really have chemistry, but
It's
there
like,
aren't a
come
lot of
on,
scenes that
come
like
on.
they could build chemistry from. Though they're very kind of just point A to point B sort of scenes. Like
I think that's another thing with
know,
this
she-
movie is
she
that there's
saved
not
his
a lot
life.
of like character stuff. It's just a lot of plot.
I think there is with
Lot of
Ragman.
plotting.
There is with Ragman, but
A bit, yeah. I don't know if I'm ever
I feel
fully
like-
on Ragman's side with things.
I feel like if we would have seen more of the stuff that got cut from the film where he's fantasizing about being Conan the Barbarian, I would immediately identify with him at that point. And let me tell you, Leslie is in those scenes too. Leslie is in those scenes too. I've seen the photo, the one photo.
I think this is how Sammi
God,
Curr
I-
envisioned his afterlife, just being around this kid all the time.
You know, from what I know about electricity, this scene's kind of bullshit.
yeah, I was gonna say like I
Just
feel like you
saying.
could get through that like metal barrier,
Right.
but I guess not. Like,
Is the rest of the car insulated in rubber?
well, it looks like he's about to, and then he
maybe.
dives off the.
Oh, dear Lord.
And how does this not electrocute Eddie to death? I mean, he should be
And hold the
electrocuted
shot.
and
There we go.
drowned at this point.
This movie is just people fucking up.
You know, that's all she
Fucking up
that's all
music
she had to do. She didn't have to break all the machines. She just had to pull those reels off and everything would have been done.
More scenes of kids destroying musical equipment.
And this is where you start to see the artifacts of all of the transfers of this movie over this dark water, and it's bothering me way more than it should be.
Bridge is fucking high. It's tiring destroying recording equipment.
He's like,
Bitch, you're supposed to come pick me up.
no.
I almost
He's like, she
died.
wasn't crying or anything. She thought I was dead and she wasn't even crying.
This feels like the recording studio where they shot Boogie Nights.
Oh, you could tell she just threw up in her mouth.
You are such a dick, dude. You are such a dick.
Zach sees a lot of himself in Ragman. So it's a personal connection to him.
Wow. Thanks, Chris. Hey, you know what? Ragman's great. I like Ragman. And it's a boss nickname.
Zach's gonna start wearing those
cleaned up
those
version of the
headbands.
Ragman hair a little bit.
It's just called shaggy hair, Chris. You have it too.
This is true.
Sammi Currr.
I go for the
Sammi
swoop
Currr.
back look though.
Oh, Roger's last name was Marcus. I
Oh my
like
God,
till the
Alice
sparks
Nunn was in
fly.
this.
Jeannie Wooster.
Very
This is a great,
sprinkle.
great credit song. Terry Lowen. Oh no, not the same. Okay.
Charles Nelson Riley.
Dave the Partier.
Oh, what
I
happened
wish
to Dave
I was
the
credited
Partier?
his voice.
And that is Trick or Treat, guys. 1986.
Not a lot of trick, guys. I'm just gonna say it. Not a lot of trick or treating in this movie.
No.
We got a scene. Yeah, Kevin Yeager, special makeup effects. Barely got to see any of them.
But if Sammi
those
Currr,
optical effects guys,
if Sam,
we did get to see
if
there.
Sammi Currr had just been taken out by the power of candy, that would have made the title worth it. I feel like.
You know, we got Freddy versus Jason. I really want to see Freddy versus Sammy, and it's never going to happen, and that makes me sad.
No.
Now we got to put Sammi Currr up against another sort of like metal. Ooh, a Chris with a K. We got to put like Sammi Currr versus OD from TerraVision.
No, we got to do Sammi Currr versus that. God, what's that movie with the hard rock vampire that they like get Elvis's dick?
Bubba
God
Hotep?
damn it!
That's what I was thinking.
No,
That's a mummy, though.
no. I gotta Google this now. Elvis dick vampire.
You're gonna get something you don't want, man.
Says you. Says
Yeah,
you.
I don't know what's gonna come up if you look up Elvis Dick Vampire. I'm very intrigued. Those are.
It's not really Elvis's dick, though.
I don't think those are 3 words that have like ever been searched together until.
I'm pretty sure the movie's called Hard Rock Vampire. God damn it. No, it's not. Oh,
Anyways, to
man.
anyone that's listening, Vinegar Syndrome, if you're watching this, please get this movie released on a nice Blu-ray with special features and commentaries, please.
Severin,
Put
we're
our
not leaving you
commentary
out.
on it.
Yeah. Put our commentary on it. We talked about Elvis Dick Vampires.
Dude,
Relevant shit.
fuck, man. You know, I bet that the Vinegar Syndrome guys know what movie I'm talking about. Fuck.
So, hey, guys, if for some reason you listen to this commentary without watching the movie, which, okay,
What's wrong with you?
I really hope you, if you did enjoy this movie, tell your friends about it. It deserves to be seen by a lot more people. It really should be a cult 80s movie. I think it's, despite its flaws and pacing issues and ending that goes on way too long.
Until you like it.
Dude, the producer of the Fastway album's name is Will Reed Dick. And we know someone named Will Reed Ackerman. Holy shit.
The Haunted House of Rock. I'm just looking at these.
Yeah, by Houdini. That if you have not heard the whole Haunted House of Rock by Houdini, it's fucking amazing and you need to listen to that song right now. So Wilmington, North Carolina is where this was filmed.
Weird.
Okay.
Weird.
Oh, and it's talking about KNAC, the metal station from Southern California. They got a special thanks. Interesting.
Well, thank you so much for listening, guys. This was another edition of Miserable Commentary. We hope you have a rockin' Halloween, unless it's not Halloween when you're listening to this, and then just have a rockin' day.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Tony. Rest in peace, Dino. Rest in peace, anyone else. Oh, here's your little Avengers scene. Right there.
And on that note, we're going to say goodbye. So, see you next time.
Ah.